The Wild West Festival Parade on Eagle Communications Television, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Diamond Art Jewelry, Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, Patty Bacon Rind Appraising, Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, State Glass, and Eagle Communications.
Welcome to the 2018 Wild West Festival Parade in downtown Hayes, Kansas. Our theme this year, United We Stand. I'm Becky Kaiser with Eagle Community Television. We are so glad that you are joining us today. Beautiful day in downtown Hayes as the police lead off, and right behind them we are so delighted to have the Commanding General's Mounted Color Guard from Fort Riley, linking their historic past and the accoutrements and equipment of the Civil War period, and actually a chance to see them perform. After this parade, they'll be in the lot east of James Motor Company on 13th Street in downtown Hayes. As you can tell, there they are in their uniforms, the beautiful horses that they have. The soldiers are detailed from the ranks of units assigned to Fort Riley currently. They receive instruction from manuals used by Civil War cavalrymen. Very nice to see them waving to the crowd in downtown Hayes, and they do go around and demonstrate their horsemanship and also the things that they are able to do and what they did clear back in the Civil War. We want to say a special welcome to our 2018 All-America Citizen for City of Hayes, Merle McLaren, and you will know him. He was nominated for this and chosen to be the Grand Marshal, and of course Merle has been a long-time businessman in downtown Hayes, retired businessman, and on the Honor Guard, a 23-year veteran of the Air Force. Here comes the Wild West Fest Committee, some of them, and we couldn't have this Wild West Festival every year without these volunteers. They do such a great job. We want to thank them for all their hard work. I love their shirts. I think those flag shirts are the coolest things I've ever seen. They're throwing out a little bit of candy for us this morning. They've had quite the event. We had a big unexpected flooding rainstorms in Hayes, downtown Hayes, and the western side on Friday, and yet they were able to take care of that and get the fairgrounds taken care of for the big country concerts that we had Friday night, and we're looking forward to the rock and roll concert Saturday night. So thank you so much to the Wild West Festival Committee. This is the 24th year. Hey, looky who's coming here now. It's the CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau. They stay busy. There we see Tammy from the Hayes Area Chamber of Commerce waving her American flag. And they do a great job of promoting things that go on in Hayes, just like this. And you can see their CVB at the activities and information at the Welcome Center over on 27th Street in Hayes. And we are glad to have them here. Coming down to us now, and he's walking, distributing some candy to the crowd in his red shirt, is Representative Eber Phelps from the 111th District. He has several of his campaign supporters with him, and you see the fancy car that's being driven beside him. But Eber's one of those guys, he likes to walk and shake hands and throw the candy out to his supporters. Eber will be running for re-election this fall, and we will be seeing several of our candidates at the state level in our parade today. I'm Becky Kaiser, again along with Jared Brantley, our production crew. Thank him for working so hard today. Looks like we've got Reese Barrick driving Eber's car, but Eber's not riding in because there he is across from us, trying to keep up, throwing his candy. Nice crowd out here today. The wind is down. We're glad for that. The sun is out. None of that rain that we saw on Friday. Streets are clear, and it is a beautiful day for a parade in downtown Hayes. Coming up next, this is Good Beginnings with Jessica Normandin, and they are one of our favorites. Look at the kids back there. United We Stand. They're definitely showing our theme this year. The kids are sitting on the back of the trailer, waving to us, having a good time. That's the way to do the parade. Why don't you just ride in it? Those guys are thinking. Good Beginnings established in 2004, and all of the kids on the float have been enrolled at Good Beginnings at one time or another. And Jessica currently taking applications for kids 3 to 5 years old, so you can contact her for more information. We talked about some of our politicians today. Well, look who's coming around shaking hands with the Hayes Police Department. It's Governor Jeff Collier. course, you know he is a native of Hayes, a graduate of TMP Marion High School, and he is running for re-election. There comes his banner, and he is going from side to side of Main Street, shaking hands with all the people who are here today, many of them waving the American flag, and Jeff is all decked out in his shoes. He's ready to, he's glad, he just says he's glad to be home. We're glad to see him today. Right behind his vehicles, we have the State Highway Patrol trooper with them, got their lights all a-going. And Jeff makes visits out here to Western Kansas quite frequently. Coming up next in our parade is Larry KSELZER from Russell, and he is driving an interesting Army vehicle, U.S. Army 14262, with his red, white, and blue flag there, and the gun that is mounted, showing us a little bit of the military might. Right behind there, military police. That was the mechanical mule. We're also seeing another vehicle owned by Larry and Benita KSELZER of Russell once again. And these are the people that have helped out. And again, we want to say thank you so much to our veterans and people currently serving for us. Here's another one of our local politicians, Rick Billinger from Goodland, 40th Senate District, and he's driving himself today and throwing out candy to the parade. Well, of course, it would not be a parade without all our bikers, and we appreciate what they do so much. American Legion Riders, Chapter 173, and they all have their red, white, and blue flags at the back of their motorcycles. These people are very active in what they do. We see them around town quite a bit. Chapter 173 with the Hayes Post. They sound a little bit quieter this year than usual. Maybe that's because I have my headphones on. But they are always nice to see those. And you will see them in parades. You'll see them sometimes with military funerals around the area. They stay very active. And of course, most of them are veterans or active military. Big thanks going out to them. Oh, looky who's coming down now. It's Victor E. Tiger. He is in his own, look at that beautiful car, in that convertible that he is riding in and waving to the crowd. The kids love Victor E. Tiger. He's a fun guy, let me tell you. And of course, that's a reminder, it won't be that long. Fort Hays State University Homecoming 2018 is going to be coming up towards the end of September. Welcome to the Jungle is going to be the theme this year. We have some more people from Fort Hays State right behind Victor E. talking about make sure you save that date. Of course, Oktoberfest is part of that as well. And they are definitely decked out in their black and gold. There will be a homecoming parade then. Of course, the Tiger football game versus the University of Central Oklahoma. We'll be looking forward to that. Hey, here comes a reminder about the downtown Hayes Market. I was just there this morning enjoying some wonderful fresh produce, some meats that come. There's Sarah waving to us and her sons, one who's wearing a little chili costume. It was fun. Of course, that this year is now under the downtown pavilion, which is new. Wonderful opportunity. Another one of our people coming down here who is running for election this year, Scott Schwab, Secretary of State on the Republican ticket. Glad to have him in Hayes. Oh, looky here. And you hear them too. You can hear them. This is a fire truck, not used so much anymore, but that has been used in Hayes, and we're so glad to have them here. Followed by the current Hayes fire truck. What you just saw was the 1936 Ford engine in the Hayes Firemen's Relief Association. It was the third motorized fire apparatus that the city purchased new in 1936. As we said, here comes engine 1 from our current firefighters. They also were busy Friday when we had the flooding in downtown Hayes. They were out there traveling through those floodwaters and helping rescue some people who needed the help out of their homes. We have also some vehicles that were disabled, flooded out, water up to the roof, so it was a harrowing day. Fortunately, I just talked to Hayes Police Chief Don Scheibler. He said no one was injured, although one firefighter who was rescuing a cat from one of the homes, apparently he got scratched up a little bit because the cat wasn't too excited about the firemen nor the water. But other than that, everybody doing okay. So thank you so much to what the Hayes firefighters do for us. Hey, here's what you need to put on your calendar. Here comes the Hayes Community Theater. These are all volunteers, people who love theater, and Hayes Community Theater is going to be doing The King and I coming up shortly in their new, oh look, there's the King sitting there, and some of the other characters and cast of that, and that will be a great opportunity to enjoy a classic at the new Community Theater. No, I take that back. Actually, they're going to do that at Beach Schmidt Performing Arts Center, July 26th through the 28th. You can get your tickets now. Great family activity, one of the many things that can be done in Hayes. So you will enjoy that. And I know several people who are in it. They've been practicing a long time with director Travis Grizzell. They do good work. Barbara Wassinger is walking by us now. Barb, of course, is currently an Ellis County Commissioner, and she is actually running for office for state legislature and asking for your vote. And she has some of her supporters walking along behind her. They're decked out in blue shirts today. We have to have some cool looking vehicles in the Wild West Festival Parade. Here comes Les Boucher, America Red, White, and Blue with Radke implement. This is a 1978 Chevelle, I'm sorry, 1970 Chevelle SS 454, quite the classic. I'm sure that's why it's on the trailer and they're not driving it. And it's always fun to see those great, great older vehicles, some of which some of you may remember, myself included, when those were driven on our streets. Another great parade participant and supporter, Nextech Wireless, in their fancy, colorful van, and some of their employees, and you can tell some of the employees' kids are there. They're walking the streets and enjoying handing out candy to the community. Nextech Wireless. And some of the littlest ones are enjoying being pulled by their parents and throwing out candy as well. They're having some help there. Well, here comes some people that I think you probably know. Our own Eagle Communications, so proud to be an employee owner of Eagle Communications. Jared Brantley and I are. And we have several vehicles in the parade because we do lots of things. Here comes one of our bucket trucks. These are the guys that you see out there up high taking care of things when your internet or phone is not working. They're going to take care of it for you. Some of our employees in our great matching Thank You Veteran t-shirts. There, of course, is our Technology Solutions van. They will take care of any computer problems you have all kinds of answers for your business solutions that you need with internet. Some more of the employees walking behind, including one of them on his bike. And we've got the dogs out there, and we've got some of the kids going in their little vehicle. Here comes, I'm going to say, the most important entry in the parade because it's Hayes Post News. And it is our own Christina Janney who is driving Hayes Post News. And you will see our vehicle out there all the time catching the latest news for you, hayespost.com. Be sure you check it out. We were busy yesterday with that flood. Christina was out taking pictures, being very careful, of course. One of our great, well-decorated vehicles representing our 5 radio stations. Eagle Radio and Whole Broadcasting, home to KAYS, 99 KZ Country, Mix 103, The Bull on Y102, and KFIX. All our studios right here in Hays. Looks like Dustin Armbruster is behind the wheel there. I see his daughters walking alongside and his wife. We appreciate that. Now looky here. This is the way to go through the parade on top of the vehicle. You've probably seen the signs and you've probably seen the big yellow ducks around town. The Hays Duck Derby, which is a benefit for Big Brothers Big Sisters. They're back for the 3rd annual Hays Duck Derby presented by Eagle Communications August 8th. And you can adopt a duck for a chance to win a 2017 silver Nissan Versa. The car is sponsored by James Motor Company, Hays Chevrolet, Auto World, Car Zone, Lewis Automotive Group of Hays, Mid-Kansas Auto Auction, and Happy's Auto. You can adopt your ducks online. We have one at our own Eagle Media Center at 2300 Hall. Just come in, you can buy your tickets. Our duck, we decided is a girl. I forget, Quackers I believe is her name. She's been named. She's actually sitting in a little baby pool that I brought in that actually was for my dogs, and they just don't seem to know how to use that little baby pool. So now Quackers the duck is there in our front lobby area enjoying a swim. We want to thank the sponsors for the Duck Derby. They include Midwestern Pipeworks, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, Insurance Planning, the Copper Family, AFLAC Regional Office, Beaker Insurance Agency, Northwestern Printers, Commercial Sign, and everybody needs to be there at the Hays Aquatic Park. That's coming up on Wednesday, August 8th. It is always so much fun. And remember, all the profits going to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Ellis County. They do a lot of good works. If you're interested in being a big sister or big brother, give them a call, because they always need some of the adults, important people in the lives of our youngsters in the area. And if your duck is the fastest, you could be winning the 2017 silver Nissan Versa. Another one of our politicians joining our parade here in downtown Hays for the Wild West Festival today, KSELZER, is running for governor. Of course, I'm sure recognize his name anyway, because he is currently the Kansas Commissioner of Insurance. And Ken is now running for governor. So we're so glad to have him joining us today. His banner coming along, some of his supporters decked out in red, white, and blue. Looks like Ken has a bubble machine throughout his white pickup there. And they're distributing some candy for the crowd, and of course some information about Ken and his platform and what will happen if you vote for KSELZER for governor. Lots of shaking going on in the crowd with hands of the adults. Kids more interested in the candy, I would say. It's KSELZER and his running mate, Jen Sanderson, for governor and lieutenant governor. And of course, the primary election pretty much around the corner, August 7th. Here's an important member of the Hays community, the volunteers and members of the Hays Rotary Club. They do so much for the youth in our area. They are always helping out, doing fundraisers. Rotary is where neighbors make lasting change. Friends gather, they're problem solvers, they share ideas, join leaders, and take action to lasting change. Check it out. You can become a member yourself. Another one of our politicians with a familiar face, Marcy McClellan. She also is a current Ellis County Commissioner, and Marcy is running for re-election to that position in the 1st District. Oh, another siren. Thunder on the Plains, car, truck, and cycle show is coming up. Love these vehicles. That one is so fun. One of the older police vehicles that's been around. Thunder on the Plains, very popular car, truck, and cycle show, cruise night, and street dance coming up this fall, September 14th, downtown, 10th and Main. The car, truck, and cycle show will be Saturday, September 15th in Frontier Park, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. before it gets too terribly hot out there. So you are more than welcome to come enjoy that. There's usually good food out there, and of course take a look at these vehicles that people absolutely love. And they are so shiny, detailed, fun to see. Oh, this is a beautiful one. This gray one, a little bit lower to the ground. You can tell the car enthusiasts that are in the crowd giving a lot of thumbs up to the drivers of these special vehicles. A little bit newer vehicles coming down the pike here. Thunderbird, classic Thunderbird with the rag top. And pretty much everybody knows the Mustang. This is the 1968 Mustang in a beautiful blue color. Again, another classic. And yes, pickups are part of the show. This reminds me of my grandpa's farm pickup, although his was blue. Cheyenne 10, and that's a bright orange with a white top. And then one of the older vehicles, again, look at that beautiful burgundy and the sweep on the back. Lots of shine. We can see our reflection in that shine. It's so pretty. Hey, here comes High Plains Mental Health Center, some of their employees and other volunteers. And of course, they are a licensed community mental health center dedicated to the pursuit of providing comprehensive mental health programs to citizens of Northwest Kansas. They serve about 20 counties, and they are talking about helping people who need to talk about mental health. Staff respond quickly, compassionately to those who need the help, an affordable fee delivered in the least disruptive manner. We thank them so much for what they do. Here comes some more red, white, and blue flags. Brown Promotionals, and they have some of their employees and kids on the trailer in the back, waving some red, white, and blue pom-poms. Great red, white, and blue t-shirts that they're wearing. Brown Promotionals offers trendy, innovative promotional products to help you achieve marketing success. You can give them a call. Talia Brown will help you out here in Hays. Another one of our politicians who's joining us today, Ken Rogers. You know Ken, and Ken's waving. He's driving himself, but he's poking his head out, waving at us. Ken Rogers, of course, is the 110th District House of Representatives. And now, right behind him, Randy Duncan. He's waving at us. Randy, of course, is running for the Secretary of State on the Republican ticket. Glad to have him here as well. Randy's carrying his own sign and waving to the camera, waving to the crowd, followed by his van. He's a small business owner from Salina, so Randy did not have to go that far. Ellis County Fire Department. Oh man, do we appreciate what they do. These guys are walking the parade. They're decked out in their full bunker gear, which you know is hot on a day like today. There are emergency response people with their vehicles, volunteer firefighters. They have 4 fire trucks in the entry today. The Ellis County Fire Department has about 80 volunteer firefighters. They're located in Catherine, Victoria, Ellis, Shinchin, and Munger. And they, fortunately so far this year, have not been real busy with rural fires, which we have had over the past few summers when it's been so dry and have had some fires, but this year hasn't been quite so bad, and we sure do appreciate what they do. You can see those trucks, how they're different from what we saw with the City of Hays fire trucks, because these vehicles are out in the country on that terrain, and they have to be able to go over some pretty rugged terrain. So they are built differently. Of course, they have to carry their own water too, because there's not that much out there in the county. And of course, a shout out to Darren Myers, who is the Ellis County Fire Chief and also the emergency manager for Ellis County. Another one of our candidates for governor. They are including themselves with some promoters. Barnett for governor. And we are so glad to have them here joining us today, handing out information and candy to the crowds. One Kansas for governor. Jim Barnett, of course, has been in Hays many times. His wife is his lieutenant governor candidate. Oh, here comes Jenny Atwell with Uber and Lyft of Hays. Jenny kind of started that for us here in Hays. It's taken off and people use them all the time. I've talked to lots of people who do it. Very, very convenient. Shout out to Jenny. TMP junior high cheerleaders. Look at their vehicle with all the red, white, and blue bunting there. And how perfect that the blue and silver colors, well, blue and white of TMP Marion just matches so well. And there's the cheerleaders. They're throwing out some candy. Cute bows in their ponytails. And I'm sure they're getting ready for football season this fall. Here comes our Diamond Miss Royalty. She's in the back of the truck here. We'll see her waving to us in just a moment. Our Diamond Miss Kansas State Team Diamond Girl is Miss Savvy Gray for 2018. And there she is waving to the crowd. Beautiful crown on her head. Of course, wearing her sash. So nice to have them joining us as well. Here comes the Twirl Academy of Hays. And we have some of the younger twirlers on the trailer behind us. The rest of them are performing a beautiful routine for us right now to patriotic music. Oh, and they've got some, the ones in the front are using two batons. Look at that. Red, white, and blue, red and blue ribbons in their buns on the back of their head. And then right behind them, they have some of their flag twirlers. Looks nice. Good job, ladies. Crowd always enjoys watching the performances. Grand Old Flag. There's some patriotic music for you. And here comes Dennis Taylor, one of our candidates for Secretary of State for Kansas. Dennis is a Republican candidate this year. Again, we reminding everybody it's a lot of activity on the political scene in Kansas this year, and the primary election coming up August 7th. So be sure you get out there and vote. This is Dennis Taylor from Topeka running for Secretary of State on the Republican ticket. Coming up next, from Kindernecht Family Dentistry, that's my dentist. They do a great job. This is Dr. Lynn Kinderknecht's 1954 Chevy pickup with a Corvette drivetrain, and it was restored by Big Creek Restoration over in Ellis, and it looks like Lynn has a couple of his grandkids in there with him. Next up, Next Tech, with some more of their employees and something. Oh, look at those bubble machines. I just love that. And you can really see them because there's not very much wind today, so we appreciate that. Next Tech hopes everyone had a safe and enjoyable Independence Day. And as a reminder, Next Tech, their products and people are there for you, and they want to send out a special thank you to those who have served and are currently serving in the military. Hey, here comes Check Into Cash. And they are carrying some of their signs of the employees and kids talking about what they do for us. Check Into Cash celebrating 25 years. You could enter to win a chance of $1,000 for 25 weeks. You're probably going to want to check, no pun intended, check that out. Check Into Cash of Hays. Hey, this is the time for Vacation Bible School. Many communities across the country offer those. And this is the Messiah Lutheran Church Vacation Bible School float called Splash Canyon. Splash Canyon Vacation Bible School, of course, Messiah Lutheran Church, located at 2000 Main Street in downtown Hays. Vacation Bible School starts July 22nd, and you can register your kids online. Oh, look at that. They are out there with their little float, obviously keeping in the theme of Splash Canyon. And here comes another entry for one of our candidates that will be running this year, Chris Kobach, along with Lieutenant Governor Hartman, running for governor. Chris Kobach, of course, familiar name in Kansas as our Secretary of State. Here comes the DAR Courtney Spalding chapter. You know they're going to be all decked out in red, white, and blue and military. Looking good in there. They also have the Kansas flag and their own DAR flag. United we stand for God, home, and country. Oh, I see Betsy Ross on the back of their float. She is working away on that flag. Wonderful. Hey, here comes JDR Painting Services, and you gotta love the vehicle that they use because it's very obvious. And they are somewhat new to the area, staying very busy, and they can take care of your painting needs. They go quite a ways away. Oh, there we go. There's Miss Bean Rodeo, Kansas, Jaylynn Piper. Hey, you know how we know her? Because she was an intern from Ellis High School in the Hays Post newsroom and did an excellent job. She will be attending Fort Hays State University this fall. We want to say congratulations, Jaylynn. I know she's got a busy summer ahead. She's talked about it, so congratulations to her, and we wish her luck as she travels around representing Hays and all of Kansas so well. Here comes some more horses, and we love to see our horses. Everybody decked out with their horses. Some of the guys and women are wearing their cowboy hats. We've got some of the kids on there with them. And they're waving to us as well. Along with Jaylynn, who we just saw, we also had Miss Rodeo McCracken and her horse Dixie, and also Miss Eureka, Pro Rodeo Queen for the year. So Pro Royalty, Rodeo Royalty, that's kind of hard to say, from across Kansas. So glad they could join us today. This is actually the Western Prairie Equine Service that we're seeing now with the horses and the riders. Dr. Chris Harris is the owner of Western Prairie Equine Service of Hays and her family. New veterinary clinic in Hays, specializing in the care of horses. It's located behind Hays Veterinary Hospital in South Hays. Also riding are some members of the Thomas More Pratt Marion FFA chapter, which is new, and their advisor, Jay Harris. And of course, TMP Marion FFA, the only FFA chapter in the state of Kansas at a private school. So now we see finally the last vehicle of the Hays Police Department, and you know we got to be followed by the street sweeper. Has an important job to do, especially following those horses. It has been a wonderful day for the 2018 Wild West Festival Parade in downtown Hays. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've had a fantastic Independence Day holiday this year. I want to say thanks to our photographer today, Jared Brantley. I'm Becky Kaiser for Eagle Community Television. Thanks for joining us.
The Wild West Festival Parade on Eagle Communications Television, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Diamond Art Jewelry, Hays Convention and Visitors Bureau, Patty Bacon Rind Appraising, Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, State Glass, and Eagle Communications.